an ESPN Plus pay-per-view event taking place on Saturday, February the 22nd at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. It's the long-awaited rematch for the heavyweight championship of the world, Wilder versus Fury 2. And some say miraculous moments in recent boxing history. The stakes are very high for this fight, and both fighters have so much in common. Neither of them have ever shied away from a challenge or an opponent. Both of them are undefeated and undeniably talented champions, risking it all for this fight. And this rematch hardly needs any kind of build-up, but here's what we have in store for you today. We'll provide you some of the pertinent details, including ticket availability. We'll hear from a couple of the promoters. We'll hear from both of the camps. Of course, we'll hear from the fighters as well, as they will also square off for a photo opportunity. Now, proving that boxing's biggest, best, and fiercest competitors and promoters can work together to make a big fight happen, this event is promoted by Bomb Squad Promotions, TGB Promotions, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, and Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions in a Premier Boxing Champions presentation. We'll hear from a couple of our promoters at this time. First, introducing the respected, longtime president of TGB Promotions, Tom Brown.
Thank you, Jimmy. Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. On February 22nd,
Go ahead, Tom.
at the MGM Grand Arena, it's going to be bombs away. We have two superstars here, the best two heavyweights in the world. And you're going to see a lot of passion today from both fighters at this press conference and all the events leading up to the show, because there's a lot at stake. This is the best in boxing, and there's nothing like a great heavyweight championship fight. And we have the undefeated, hardest punching heavyweight in the world, the most feared heavyweight in the world, and I believe one of the all-time great heavyweights ever, Deontay Wilder. Now there's a reason that Fury and his team didn't want the immediate rematch right after the first fight. Negotiations had begun. They abruptly cut off the negotiations for the rematch. He ended up signing up with Top Rank and taking a couple of tune-up fights instead. He felt that power on December 1. That's not going to change. You can just ask Luis Ortiz. You know, I was lucky enough to have promoted the first fight across the street here at Staples, and I believe that we really have something special in the rematch. I look forward to a fantastic night on February 22nd. I hope to see you all there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tom Brown. And now we're going to hear from a promoter from the other side of the stage. He's the president of famed Top Rank Incorporated. Please welcome Todd DeBuff.
Thank you, Jimmy. I think everybody always talks about the odds of two different entities or promotional entities or managements not being able to make matches. Well, the one common thing is we both have Jimmy Lennon. So I think that helped do it. But really, honestly, you know, Shelley, Al, PBC, Tom, everyone who came together. We talk about boxing having a renaissance, but it's really about the heavyweight division that's going to create that renaissance even more than anything right now. Over a year ago, before they did the first Fury Wilder fight, a media guy said to me, you got to listen to this podcast. And it was Fury with Joe Rogan. And it just took me over, took us all over. What a character, so true, so gritty. He backs it up with everything. And you put him and Deontay Wilder together with two great personalities. This is the beginning of, like we talk about, the next super heavyweight run for the sport of boxing. We've looked back in the history of time, there's been great matches, but this is just the beginning. So everybody, February 22nd is coming on us real quick. Everybody's working great together. I'm glad we could get the press conference in, and we'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Todd DeBuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring out our fighters at this time, have them face off in the center of the stage. A little bit later, we'll have an opportunity for Q&A for them as well and hear from their camps as well. First, ladies and gentlemen, the lineal heavyweight champion is the former unified world champion with his tremendous defeat over Vladimir Klitschko. After his bout with Wilder, he's kept busy. He's racked up a couple of back-to-back victories. He's crossed over to professional wrestling and headlined in WWE's Crown Jewel October event. Ladies and gentlemen, with a record of 29 wins, no losses, 1 draw, with 20 wins coming by way of knockout from Manchester, England, here is the undefeated lineal heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
I came to your show and moved to your brother in front of your dad. You poor old man just stood there. I said, Pops, why you look so sad? Should've known better. You know I had to show you, little brother, I'm harder. Should've known better. Then you put me out on stage right after. Going back to me, suck my dick about suck your mum. I soon bust your lip, we don't say them things. I look it's all jokes on Twitter, all jokes on Twitter. Do you say the wrong thing? There was smoke from Twitter, and the man them I pull them, you quote from Twitter like crack man stole with the coke over the crackhead. Don't know no killers, don't mention Jay, cause you ain't no. Mention my name to the clout go figure. Know them.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, the WBC heavyweight world champion, is boxing's current longest reigning heavyweight champion. Now, his 10 consecutive title defenses gives him more than other boxing greats such as Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, and Lennox Lewis, and he matches Muhammad Ali's run. He's kept busy after his bout with Fury, delivering 2 sensational highlight reel knockouts, and he recently traveled to Rome, where Pope Francis named him the 2020 Ambassador for Peace Through Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, with a record of 42 wins, no losses, and 1 draw, he has 41 big wins coming by way of knockout from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Here is the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. And we're going to ask our gentlemen to take their seats. We're going to make their conversation a little bit more public when we have our Q&A answer and deliver it so all can hear. Want to bring to your attention that... Scared me to death. Okay, Deontay.
Excuse me, there seems to be a pussy in the building. Can someone call the bomb squad company?
We want to bring to your attention that tickets are available for this event. Certainly it will be a sellout, promising, guaranteeing to be a sellout. They're available right now at mgmgrand.com and axs.com as well. Also bringing to your attention that an event of this magnitude not only brings the great promoters together, but network giants as well. It is available on pay-per-view, on Fox Sports pay-per-view, and ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Now, in one corner, you have the WBC champion, arguably the hardest hitter in the history of boxing. Across the ring, the undefeated lineal champion, immensely skilled Goliath, who seemingly cannot be stopped. Certainly, their trainers and strategists have their work cut out for them. We're going to hear from the camps at this time. First, Tyson Fury's trainer, the new head trainer for Team Gypsy King. Not new to Tyson Fury at all, longtime confident. Let's hear from Kronk Gym in Detroit, Sugar Hill Stewart.
Thank you for the introduction. I'd like to say that this fight here, this is one of those fights that you don't want to miss. The first one was a fight you didn't want to miss, but I'm sure everybody watched it on the replay. You had two great champions going at it with each other. Both of the fighters, they left the ring still undefeated, still wanting to settle the score. And February 22nd, the score will be settled. These are the two heavyweights in the division, and a division of big heavyweights. The division has changed a bit. The heavyweights from yesteryear, they were smaller, but now every heavyweight you have now out here is 230, 250 pounds, 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'9". It's an incredible time for boxing to have all these guys here fighting strong fights, fighting each other, and making this division once again what it used to be. The heavyweight division is still the biggest, most powerful division in boxing. It always will be. Everyone wants to see the big guys throw those big blows. You got Deontay Wilder, big puncher, the biggest puncher in boxing history, and you got Tyson Fury, one of the best boxers out there in boxing history as well. February 22nd, you're gonna see an exciting fight. I don't know what else to really say about it. I'm happy to be training here with Tyson Fury. It's been about 10 years since we trained together. He trained with me and my uncle Emmanuel, and I'm here competing when Emmanuel started. Thank you.
Thank you, Sugar Hill. Now we're going to hear from the other side, the co-manager of Deontay Wilder. Please welcome International Boxing Hall of Famer Shelley Finkel.
I think it's pretty obvious that I like this man over here. When he tried to tell us we picked a light fighter, he knew. I knew he wasn't. But also I do care about him. So hopefully after he gets knocked out, he has this other job with wrestling. And they're looking forward to him, and he was great. So I'm really glad for it.
Sorry, you overshadow me. Come on, I'll go easy.
All right, we're going to hear from both of our fighters at this time. Certainly no strangers to the limelight and the microphone, both of them. First, let's hear from the undefeated lineal heavyweight world champion, Tyson Fury. Tyson?
Hello, can everybody hear me? Fantastic. First of all, thank you everybody to come and see the Gypsy King again on this lovely day.
Second of all, we have the rematch. I can't remember a bigger heavyweight fight in a long time. Maybe Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson was the last big fight like this. That was the last US-UK showdown. Deontay Wilder took a bit of my advice on his stress sense, I can see. He's looking well, smart. And that's it really, you know. There's not much I can say. And I don't, for the first time in my boxing career, I don't need to sell this fight. People know what they're going to get. It says exactly what it says on the tin. You're going to get a good fight. Whether I think the consensus is either he knocks me out or I win on points. Is that's what's been going around? Either Fury wins on points or Wilder wins by KO. You know, and usually when people have that opinion, it usually goes the opposite way around. So yeah, expect Wilder to come out boxing and moving, looking for a points victory, and expect me to come out bombing, looking for a knockout. It's usually what happens. But apart from that, Deontay Wilder hasn't been returning my calls or messages or texts since I beat him last time. Yeah, he's trying to keep his distance. He didn't want to do press conferences with me. He didn't want to be around me in case I got into his head. You know, all this getting into people's heads, I think it's a lot of shit anyway, to be fair. It's like, I'm living in his head rent-free and all that. You've heard it all before, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just talk. Sticks and stones break your bones. Names will never hurt you. It doesn't really matter what I say or what Wilder says. It all matters what happens on the night, February 22nd. And what's going to happen on that night is I'm going to get what I won last time. I'm going to get that green belt. I'm also going to get the Ring magazine. And I'm also going to keep my lineal championship. And if he wants to rematch again, no problem. Beat a man once, you beat him again, you definitely beat him 3 times in a row. Not a bother. And that is about all from me. Thank you very much.
And now it's time to hear from the undefeated WBC World Champion, Deontay Wilder.
How you guys doing? It's great to be back. You know, another event. Thanks to everyone that's involved in this amazing, you know, heavyweight title fight. One of the biggest of this era for sure. You know, I can't wait. Y'all already know, man. I'm always in my element. I'm always in the zone. You know, and right now, I can't wait. I'm going into camp. Can't wait to get back into camp. You know, my body feel like it's walking into the 6th week of camp instead of the 3rd week of camp. And it's been amazing for me because it's been a quick turnaround for me. Usually I'm months and months and months at a time before I have another fight, but I'm still coming in shape. You know, I always say I put shape on top of shape, but this time around I'm putting shape on top of shape on top of shape. You know, and it allowed me to prepare, you know, even harder, even more for him. And we all know rematches. I'm always sharp. Because I've been in there with them before. I understand what they're capable of doing and what they're planning on doing and what they did in the fight, and I take away from that and I bring it to account for me. So I'm prepared more than ever for this fight. I knocked him out the first time. I told Fury 2 years ago that I was going to baptize him, and I did just that. You know, rising up is part of the baptism. I told her he was gonna go timber, and he did just that. But this time around, it's a different story. This time around, this is called unfinished business. This point in time, he won't be able to get up. And since he's in WWE, I'm gonna make sure he go right out the ring, and I might get on the top of the bucket of the rope and come down with a flying elbow kick. Who knows? Who knows? But I can't wait for this fight. This is gonna be an exciting fight like it was the first time. I think the controversial decision that the referee gave him, you know, I think it helped this out for the second time around. You know, them not wanting a quick rematch. I think they helped this out the second time. Definitely made it bigger. You know, we had 2 warm-ups. Mine was a lot more dangerous than his. You know, he played it safe in the playground. While I went onto the mountaintop and climbed it. 2 different fighters, 2 different times, 2 different paths. You know, one just want to survive me, I'm building for legacy. One go around and talk about he have a lineal title, something that's make-believe and fake. He come around and even have events that go 12 rounds with no belt on him, but the one that holds his pants up now. That's the only thing. But February 22nd, that lineal bullshit, it ends there. It ends with him. He need validation from the people. He needs some type of inspiration, some type of motivation to feel like he beat me such a far wide margin that he did, when he know he didn't. And if so, why so many trainers? Why so many rotations? He rotating trainers like he do his draws. Every day changing. Firing, hiring. The first time around, he wanna talk about how he was out of shape and stuff, but you did. You came in great shape the first time. Like you're supposed to. What you spent? 100,000 pounds? Trainers, camps, different little things. Well, I still have my old trainers, still sat back, and still to this day, I got the same people. You don't see me firing no one. You don't see me bringing no one on if you're supposed to be such this great fighter. You know? And I'm supposed to be this guy that don't have no skills. But we see who's more concerned than the other ones. Because when you have power and no way around it, you can't prepare for that. You can't prepare for that. The only thing you can do is hope that when it lands, it don't do that much damage. I gave this man a concussion the first time. He don't even know how he got on the ground, nor do he know how he got up. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a concussion. And that been dealing with him for the remaining of the fight since the last fight. He's been thinking about that over and over and over, and the only way he can promote himself with that fight is him getting up off his back. Hey, we doing endorsements as well too. Put one at the bottom of his feet because he's definitely going down. And that's all he's been looking for. That's all he's been looking at. That's the only thing he can fathom his mind around is how he knocked me down and I got up. He needs some type of confidence. But you beat him, Fury, you beat him. Don't worry, you beat him. You beat him with a wide margin. Okay, we're gonna see. But all that right there, all that talk before, it dies. It's dead. This is the new beginning right here. This is unfinished business that I will finish. I will do exactly what I said I would do. I'm gonna knock him out. Like I told him, I'm the lion, I'm the king of the jungle. And come February 27th, I'm gonna rip his head off his body. Remember I said that, I'm gonna knock you out the ropes so you can really feel a WWE moment in real life. I'm glad you got a second job, you need it. This is your whole plans. What I'm gonna do when this guy knock my marbles out of my head. Because I'm gonna definitely do it. And I can't wait. This is a major fight for you guys, you should be excited. This is the Wilder Fury 2 rematch, and it don't get no better than this. Two giants. Two champions putting their life on the line for others' entertainment. From a distance of places. He's from all the way over the pond, and I'm from here. Two guys putting their energy in the ring just to see who is the king. I speak it, I believe, and I receive it. And I will knock him out come February the 22nd. And we move on with our lives from there. But until then, man, y'all sit tight. Buckle up, it's gonna be a long ride until that time. We still got a couple of more weeks in camp to prepare for this fight, to give y'all the best fight y'all ever seen in your lives. And I'm looking forward to it. So stay tuned. If you can't buy no ticket to go to the arena, make sure you click that button. Till then, I can't wait, baby. Bomb Squad!
Thank you, Deontay Wilder. Now we're going to have a Q&A session. We have, if you have some questions, you can ask the fighters. We have the promoters. We have the trainers as well. And looks like we have Lance here.
Hey, Lance.
Hey, guys. Deontay, for you, this fight is an opportunity for you to really prove that you are a boxer. I mean, he tested your boxing skills in the first fight. He's clearly going to do it again following the Luis Ortiz fight. Can you talk about that and how, you as a boxer have an opportunity to shine here?
Almost definitely. I mean, me as a boxer have an opportunity each and every time I have an outing. When I get in the ring, so many different things goes through my head when I'm trying to adjust to my opponent, when I'm trying to time him, when I'm building up all the data that I need for him to set him up for that perfect punch. People don't understand, like with skills, it's a lot of things that come with skills, not just the average one-on-one fundamental of throwing the jab, throwing the right hand, and falling behind the left hook. You know, it's so many different things, and that's why boxing is what it is. Styles make fights, and it'll always be the same. Styles make fights, but we all have to have different types of styles and abilities of doing things. So in you know, the first one, I was so excited. It was my time. You know, it was my time. I don't think a person will ever know what it feels like to compete against so many different sports in this country, knowing that boxing is not the top sport, and finally get you a date to yourself. You know, it was amazing. Have the first promotion. I came in with one arm. You know, I broke my hand in camp. I only had 12 weeks and 4 days to train. And that 12 weeks and 4 days, guess what? When that ran out, I was gonna be in the ring exact. And I didn't want to risk throwing my hand in camp. I said, at least if I break it in the fight, I'm getting paid. But this time around, I'm in full health. I got both of my hands together. And with Deontay Wilder, I'm unpredictable, so you just don't know what's gonna happen. But I know when it comes, bam, baby, good night.
Thank you so much. And Tyson, for you, I know that you want probably a repeat of the last fight where you were sensational in the boxing element of it. Is that right? And then on top of that, the change in trainers, how will that help you execute that?
What can I say that Deontay Wilder hasn't always bored us to death with for the last 20 minutes? I'm going to sleep listening to him talk on about nothing. I'm just waiting to hear his point. He still hasn't got to the point after 7 minutes of talking. What am I going to do in the fight? I'm going to win. That's what I do. Deontay Wilder can make all the excuses he wants to make up in his own brain, his team, everybody can tell him, you won that fight, baby, you won that fight. But listen, as a fighting man, you know when you win and lose fights. Simple as. He lost the fight fair and square, he will lose the fight again fair and square. They had to rob a man who was out the ring for 3 years, ballooned up 147 pounds, and he still couldn't beat him. They had to give him a bad decision in LA, you know, to get a victory for the so-called top bloke, top champion. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to give him a boxing lesson, I'm going to knock him out. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Why did I bring Sugar Hill in? Because I wanted to. Why do I keep switching trainers? Because I want to. You know, I'm a big believer in, you're never a finished article, you can always improve your game, you can always polish up again. You know, Wilder says he sticks with his team, fair play to him. I'm a man who likes to keep freshening things up now and again, and I do that regularly. That's what I do. So, you know, I'm training hard in the gym. I don't make excuses. It was what it was. I won fair and square, and it was what it was. We get to do it again. We get paid for the same thing twice. So I'm not complaining. You know, he's the man here making excuses. He broke his right hand. I only had 12 weeks and 4 days to train. 12 weeks. I can be ready for a fight in 2 weeks. I'm ready for a fight today. Never mind 12 weeks and 4 days. Fuck me. You know, there's no need for excuses. There's no need for problems. I've heard he's had the flu. I heard he broke his hand. I heard he was having problems. Or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Because when I get him in there again, I'm going to make him feel the fury. He will get it. I've never been as sure as anything in my whole life. As sure as I was this morning putting this suit on and putting my shoes on and having a wash and brushing my teeth. That's how sure I'm going to kick this motherfucker's ass all over that ring. 100%. He can't win. He's got a puncher's chance just like everybody else. He could barely land it last time. He landed 2-3 punches in the full fight. I'm much sharper now, match fit, coming off 12 good rounds. You know, been in training camp. I haven't had to lose any weight. I'm fine. I'm great, ready to rumble right now. Hope he trains hard. Hope he goes to bed sleeping, thinking about me. If only I could land my right hand. You know, he's got out of jail a couple of times with that right hand in his last couple of fights. Like he said, people say to me, oh, he's lucky, he gets away with this one shot. Like he just said, it ain't luck. He has to put it there. But this time, it won't be there. Because I'm going to be super slippery. I'm going to be like a goldfish in a goldfish bowl, swimming away. And that's it, you know, I'm not here to call him or run him down, because when I run him down, it only makes my victory look shitter on the night, doesn't it? So I want people to think he's the best puncher in history, the greatest boxer in history, longest reigning champion ever, the best there ever was. So when I beat him February 22nd, then it makes my victory look even sweeter. But when I really face facts, when I beat Deontay Wilder, I've just beat another bare bum in the shower with a pair of boxing gloves on. Just another tick on the record, another man in the street. That's all he is. It's another person to me, makes numbers. The Tyson Fury Roadshow continues, and who knows where it will end next. It might be Tokyo, it might be Rome, it might be anywhere. Next stop, Las Vegas. Keep watching.
Thank you.
Deontay over here. This will be your third rematch. You had one with Berman Severn, Luis Ortiz, and now Fury. Fury has not had a rematch. So what do you think? What do you make of the fact that you can see and prepare for an opponent the second time, and he hasn't had that opportunity yet?
I have had that opportunity. I have had a rematch before, twice. Get your boxing facts straight, Mosh. Come on.
He's aggravated, don't mind him. You know, in rematches, I'm always better than I was the first time because of what I've seen in the ring and what I've experienced with my opponent. So the second time around, the preparation is a little bit easier because we understand what are they trying to do. I'm very smart. My IQ in the ring is very, very high, you know, and that's why I'm able to set guys up like I'm able to set them up and then get rid of them in the devastating fashion that I get rid of them in. With him, I know everything he want to do. He gave me 100% of him. No matter what he may say, no matter if he got off the couch or whatever, he did the right things to get himself back into shape with all the things that was going on. Of course, every fighter that faced me get in tip-top A++ shape because they understand the danger that they're putting themselves in. They're putting their body in. You know, this is real life right here. When you boxing is real life. We're actually putting our lives on the line. And he understands that. So with that being said, everything that he wants to do, I'm going to diffuse it. Everything he's trying to, that herky-jerky stuff and trying to win rounds at the end of the round, sticking his long tongue out and shaking his bald head, that shit ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the rematch. We know that when I talk and say things, things actually happen. We know when he talks, you know, it's just only just to talk, to entertain, to try to get a couple of jokes and laughs in and stuff like that. But February 22nd, when that bell ring, it ain't no joke about that.
Thank you.
A quick question for Deontay Wilder first. Have you been able to recreate Tyson's movement in the gym? And what did you learn from the first fight about what you have to do to counteract that?
Well, we got a lot of great guys that come in and out of there, and they use the herky-jerky stuff, the feints and all that, and different things like that. You know, we're bringing different guys at different heights in, you know, that can give me different looks for sure. What was that second question you were saying?
I was just saying, what did you learn from the first fight? What do you need to do to stop him from getting away?
For the first fight, just being more calmer. You know, you're going to see a much more calmer and patient Wilder this time, just like you've seen in the Ortiz. You know, a lot of people didn't understand what I was doing. You know, and when you're blessed with power, you know, you're not worried about rounds and different things like that. The object of boxing is to win, not just to win rounds, but to win, and I win. And I do it in a devastating fashion. I do it in a fashion in which you guys get dressed to come and see. Y'all not coming to see a heavyweight go 12 rounds talking about skills and wheels and paying bills. You come to see him get knocked out. That's what you come to see because you most likely have things planned, you know, after that you want to go see. So when it's a good night, hey, you say thank you, Deontay. You go on about your business and handle what you got to do that night. But I'm more than prepared. Like he said, he's ready right now. I am too, and I can say it with a smile. I'm in a happy place in my life. I'm very happy. I'm blessed. My family is blessed, and I'm looking forward to this rematch. You know, this is the settle the talk. You know, winner takes all right here, and I can't wait. Trust me, he's getting knocked out.
Thank you. Just one for Tyson. Tyson, I've seen you working with George Lockhart, the nutritionist. Why did you decide to bring George into your camp, and what difference is he making to the work that you're doing at the moment?
Yeah, I brought George in. He's helping with my nutrition. Seems a really good guy, and I'm eating more than I've ever ate before, and training good, and everything's going really well. No injuries, and training camp's going quite well. I've only just started training camp like 10 days ago. So yeah, I can't complain. I never have any excuses. The only thing I'd hoped to do before I get to the fight is come to it injury-free. And that's usually what any boxer can only ask for, to enter the ring injury-free. And then it's down to us then on the night, who wants it more, and who's willing to go home as a loser and as a second-place person. But listening to Deontay for the last half an hour, one minute he says I made up this title at lineal championships, and then he keeps talking about he's going to walk away with them all. So which is it? Have I made it up, and is it fake, or is it an official title? Anyone who knows boxing knows the lineage of the heavyweight division. It goes back to the days of John L. Sullivan, right up to the way to me today, Tyson Fury. All this talk of the lineal ship, he'll be gone after me and whatever. If he beats me, he'll be beating the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, which means he's the best of his era. And every era there's the best. And I'm the current best lineal champion of my era. I took that title from Vladimir Klitschko, 28th of November 2015. Nobody disputed that Vladimir was the best of the day, and I inherited that title off him. So until somebody beats me, I'm still a lineal champion and still exists. I actually set a massive precedent when it comes to titles, because it was the first time in history that the lineal championship had ever split from the Ring Magazine championship. And I spoke to Ring Magazine guys today, and they're quite delighted that the Ring and the lineal will be put back together after a 4-year layoff. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic night. Deontay Wilder is going to come in, and like he said, he's going to be more patient and more relaxed, and whatever he's going to do, try to land that right hand. Of course, that's his best weapon, big right hand, knock me out, whatever. And it's my job not to let him do that. And the fact of the matter is, I'm not going to dress it up, I'm going to speak the honest truth. If I'm stupid enough to get hit by that big stupid right hand, then I deserve knocking out. And it will knock anybody out. As we saw, he hit me with it twice, and bam, I hit the floor twice. But it's not how you hit the floor, it's how you get back up and respond. And he knows he ain't messing with no quitter, no shithouse here. I'm a fighting man. And the late great Brendan Ingle once said, to beat Tyson Fury, you have to nail him to the fucking canvas. And that's what this little skinny leg super noodle will have to do, nail me to the canvas. And if he can't do that, I'm going to eat him up. This time is going to be different. He thinks they're going to come out irking and jerking, as Eddie Hearn says. Everyone's took that style now. The irky-jerky style of Tyson Fury. Made it famous. I'm not looking for irky-jerky. I want him to meet me dead in the centre of the ring. Let's have a slugfest. Best man stands up, loser goes down. I got 20 knockouts out of 29 wins. He knows he was rocked 3 or 4 times in that fight. But I never had the gas to finish him. I'll be honest and truthful. I didn't have the gas after the layoff, after all the weight loss. I never had the gas to put my foot down. This time I can turn that screwdriver until he's gone. And I want to meet him head on. El mono, in the centre of the ring. Let's make it a Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler type fight. Best man stands, the loser goes back and recruits. Back to the gym, back to the drawing board. I'll meet you, Deontay, in the middle of the ring, 22nd of February. I won't be running. You won't have to look anywhere for me. Just watch out for the right hands, because you're going to sleep in 2 rounds. 2 rounds, he's going down. I had a dream. I keep having the same dream about round two. I'm playing poker all the time. I keep getting dealt number two. It's definitely a thing. He's getting knocked out in 2 rounds, 100%. 2. He can laugh about it now. When he's on his back looking up at me, he'll know what I'm talking about, round 2.
Hey Tyson, I got a question for you guys both. But Tyson, for you first, you're reuniting with the trainer. What are you looking to get out of reuniting with this trainer for this fight coming up, this rematch?
I've been really honest with you. I told exactly the truth. I'm looking for a knockout. I didn't come here again to get a bad decision. You know, I know I'm not going to get a decision in the United States. It's clear. After last time, it's very clear. So that's why I hired Sugar Hill. If I didn't want a knockout, I wouldn't employ the Kronk trainer who specialises in sitting on your punches and landing the right hand. Look at Tommy and look at all the Kronk fighters, Klitschko even. They all look for that big right hand. That's all I'm looking for. One big right hand, nailed, Deontay Wilder, good night. There's the game plan. I'm looking for a knockout. And if I wasn't looking for a knockout, I'd have kept hold of Ben Davis, would have sharpened up on what we were doing, herky-jerky, slipping and sliding. I ain't looking for that. I ain't coming here for a points decision, I'm coming for a knockout. Like Deontay Wilder said, I'm sick of points decisions. I've had plenty of them in my career. I've had 9 of them. I'm looking for a knockout, number 21. And that's brutally honest. Brutally from the heart honest. I'm looking to knock him out.
Hey, champ, he changed my mind of my line of thinking. Care to respond to his two round knockout prediction?
I mean, that's what he believes in his heart, you know. That's what he believes. I always teach people when I speak, I say, speak and believe and receive it, you know. And if you really, but the magic of it all is the belief. It's the belief. And though he's saying it, I don't feel that his energy that he believes that he's gonna do that. If anything, I feel he's nervous. You know, he's very scared because of what happened the first time. And I understand this is boxing. And sometimes fighters, they have to put up this front, you know, like it's all good and nothing, you know, nothing gets to them or nothing hurts them or, you know, we always acting tough and stuff because of the sport that we're in. But I'm a realist though, you know, and he know what happened. When you get knocked out like that and put on it and you don't know how you got there and how you got up, it was the grace of God that bothers you. That not only affects you, but it affects your environment, it affects your family as well. Because they know you going in there again with this monster. And you know what he's capable of doing. It's not an act. It's something I do every time I'm out. I knock guys out. Every guy that I faced, I put him down. And it won't be no difference this time around either. Y'all know what I'm good at it. I'm great at it. I'm providing my service. I'm providing my service to my greatness and giving it to you guys each and every time. We know this. They know what they up against. Like I said, I'm happy. I sit up here right here with smiling. I can't even stop smiling because that the inner happiness inside of me. I'm not concerned or worried about who he got in camp or what he got going on. I'm not worried at all. He should be worried about me. And I already started camp 10 days. When this is going to the 3rd week. Boy, you better. It's gonna be a beautiful moment in time for me, but not so pleasant for him.
Thank you very much to our fighters, to our promoters, trainers, camps as well. Thank you to you for being here. That concludes our Q&A session and it concludes our press conference for today. We've been asked to have our fighters once again square off, face off in the front of the stage for our final photo opportunity. Get your cameras ready. Once again, it's Saturday, February the 22nd, MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Wilder versus Fury 2. The rematch for the heavyweight championship of the world, available pay-per-view on Fox Sports pay-per-view and ESPN Plus pay-per-view.
Gotta get this work, I don't waste no time, I be on my grind. Might be a little late, but I'm right on time, yes, I have arrived. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high. Gotta get this work, I don't waste no time, I be on my grind. Might be a little late, but I'm right on time, yes, I have arrived. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high.
More blessings and more lessons, ain't no stressing, ain't no question. I've been testing and been ripping and been ripping my whole section. I gotta get it. Only way that I can spit it. Call it karma's intervention. It's the way that I've been living.
And I think off the clock, think out the box. When I sleep out the couch, you can bring out the mop. I can't stop, so I'm going in. Finally made it to the top, from the bottom to the top again. So ain't no reason that I'm not gonna win. Staying loyal to these skills with my hands like a boxing fan. Call me champ from the city of the champions now. Let me see what the hands again.
£40 to take off before the fight. 40.
Gotta get this work, gotta waste no time, I be on my grind. Might be a little late, but I'm right on time, yes, I have arrived. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high.
Gotta get this work, gotta waste no time, I be on my grind. Might be a little late, but I'm right on time, yes, I have arrived. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high. If you feel like a winner, then put your hands up high.
24/7, 3650, do it for my family, but my friends coming with me. Always down to get it, gotta hustle for the winnings. Cali boy, fresh Steph Curry with the shimmy.
Player and the coach, with games this way before. I got so many anecdotes. We on the quest, just pick your coach.
Just pick your cup.
Pick your coach.
Know my squad ain't doing the most.
It ain't my fault that we've been told.
Know my folks ain't getting that dough.
We getting that dough, getting that dough.
We still woke from the night before. Ain't no joke if I get too broke. I'm too close, I can do so
Please, oh, okay, media, we need your full cooperation today because there's only one way up on the stage. So we're gonna have Tyson Fury on the stage doing television interviews at this time. Line up over here to the right. And then print media, we're gonna have Deontay come down here. So print media stay in this section and then we'll switch the fighters. So you don't move, we switch the fighters. We're gonna pool everything today because they have a bunch of stuff they have to do after this. Thank you.
Let me get that chair, please. Right here, right here.
Till something happens.
Print media here, please, not video. Print media. Okay? Print media here, please. Print. This is like, don't let it get too Guys, get
I know.
They don't want cameras right here. Excuse me. Excuse me.
TV, local television, CBS, ESPN, Fox. Let's go.
TV, you coming?
Oh, you're about to come. Oh, she probably got to bounce out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you got to bounce.
I sent you some pictures.
Yeah, I told him. I'll post those for sure. All right, hey, thanks, bro. Yeah, I mean, well, it didn't work out this time, yeah. but I'll keep you in mind next time. I'll for sure use the shots. I'll tag you and all that. Sure. All right, but hey, thanks for coming, man. Yeah, we'll try to Yo. What's up, big dog? How you doing, brother? Happy birthday, bro. Or happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday. Unless it was your birthday, then that too. Alright, guys, we're waiting to get on stage to talk to Fury.
Right now, y'all won't see this.
Your TV. Come on in, if your TV.
Yo, what's up, dog? You big perm? You big perm? Should say slim fern. Should say slim fern now. Slimming fern.
You guys pathway for Wilder, please. Can I get a pathway here? Sorry. Bang to the wall for me, please. The chair is right down there.
All right. This way.
Sorry, brother.
Right here. Follow Tim.
Excuse me, guys. Straight down this way, guys. Straight this way.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Blessings. I'm doing okay.
What's up, sir? How you doing? Good to see you, sir. Yeah.
Newspaper, yeah. And then we'll head over there.
Go ahead. Oh, we're in
Camera
line.
plus one, so be ready.
Oh. I guess we are waiting. Right?
No. Let me just see who's
TV?
left. Who's
TV? TV's supposed to be in there
TV, come
already.
on. Who are you with, dude?
Univision?
Okay, go on. Go up.
TV, and then have your camera plus one ready.
All right, as soon as those TVs. Any other live TV? JT, let's go. Come on. Everybody's pooling. You cannot get one-on-one. So get up there. These guys can go too. Let the
What's up, big dog? How you doing, brother? Happy New Year, man.
We're
Yeah,
gonna call
sir.
you, and then you guys are gonna come. Who else I got here? Who do I got? Who I got? You guys, who are you with? YouTube? What? Who are you? I didn't ask the question. What is it called? Mixed Format Radio. Mixed Format Radio. Okay. Who you guys got? Who are you with here? Ray. All right. I know. Listen. You just answer who is you. Okay? I know who these guys are. Who are you with?
You already know. You did. Yeah, what's up? We made it. Mama, we made it. You already know.
You with who? All right, here, Michelle. All right. All right, Michelle. I'm gonna put you up here. All right, you guys, you're the third here. As soon as you're done, you guys all go in together, okay?
Oh, that's Regis. I didn't even realize that was
I didn't
Regis,
either.
man.
Who they talking to?
How much are they? $80? Yeah, so they literally cheap as fuck. I mean, the Cavs are about to get fucking spit. No, I'm pretty sure. I have to fucking go to school. Are they gonna like, wait, we start classes? Yeah. What time? 6:30. I started in February. Yeah, no, that would be down.
I could have stayed my ass right there, man. Yeah.
I need this shit to change, but they still record.
The thing is, like, I was like right front row center, and Kelly was like TV's over here. I was standing right in front of where you put the seat. We're not outside. We're not outside at least. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to catch him on the way to the lodge. Trying to head up to the top. Everyone hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be bringing you guys this stuff live. That's Rita's program right there.
If I didn't have class, I'd be down to like post up.
Appreciate you guys. You guys are feeling, you guys are feeling it. The super chat. Helps keep the channel running. Helps me. But you guys better stuff. You get better equipment. So I appreciate that. If you want to do that.
Did you hear Wilder? What did he say? On the press conference, just like snorting fast. You didn't hear
Let's see what we can get.
Peru. It's crazy, dog. I told him the other day I had a fucking dream. Like a whole brick. Ooh, that? Yeah. I don't know how the fuck I got it or what the fuck happened. But you just had it. Yeah, I was just like, damn. I wish I been straight to real life. It's come true. It's come true.
They both talk. You tell Tyson Fury to
Oh, yeah. I'll take you right now. On me. Drinks on me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, on me. Anything you can have until you're fucking penthouse suite, baby. You're good. Oh, no? Maybe not. He got the job, like, for Carson. Yeah, but well, they're gonna call like his references. Oh, okay. And they still have to do a drug test. But it's pretty much like he got it. Yeah, he's like not sure if he'll go into start. I'm not sure if like he'll trip. Like, yeah. And fuck you got the unit. Call the fucking unit. So like family emergency support. Yeah, I'll be here on Monday.
Like, is this like the one-on-one? No. What's gonna happen here? Which squad? Only one Tyson. Tyson Fury. Him did lose the first fight by wobble by KO. Burn squad.
You want that audio quality? That works. That's good. We'll still do that.
We'll talk to Tyson Fury. We'll see how this goes. The like button, everybody. We'll wait and see what we can. We'll have it on Regis Pro Bid right there in the red. Just Conti right there. Aaron was down here. Wow.
Alright, you guys, come on.
Alright, go.
Everybody's gonna go at the same time because we're running out of time. What happened? Oh, thank you. Seniority now. Hell no. I said, look, this is YouTube seniority now.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody wants a lesson in success? Talk to this kid.
Talk to me?
Talk to that kid.
Why me? What I do?
Look, you did a good job, all on your own.
I appreciate that.
So what's the key, Chancellor?
What's the key?
Yeah, just one key.
Manners.
I just wanted more than
He
all
has
y'all.
manners.
I
He has
wanted
very
more
nice
than all y'all.
manners. All right, Johnny, how's it looking over there?
Great.
We got one more group. The rest of them bag out.
Appreciate
They should
everybody
probably
coming
go
out.
talk to Deontay.
He's doing okay.
Okay. This isn't bad. This is all we got. Where'd they go? Where'd the other ones go? They jumped ship. No patience.
let me in last. They won't let me in last. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't think that's like it's not too friendly like crowd. More loud. Yeah, man. Rates get expensive and all that. Nah, you know what the What's up? It's open? Yeah, I think the zipper kind of broke right now.
Oh, yeah, it's your zipper. Yeah, you better be careful.
The lights are hanging out?
Yeah, it's going this way, so that's right. Let's flip over it.
Thank you. You know that track out part?
Same camera that you have in the house, the camera. Same exact thing. Is like a big difference in price? But from we were
Sorry about that, guys.
Late rounds? Huh? Late rounds?
Might be early rounds, bro. Yeah, might be early rounds. Because Fury looks a little heavy right now. Think so? He's planning on coming in heavy.
That's just gambling, you know? Then he got banned for life.
Before you yell at me, why don't you ask people that you work with what they told me to do?
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I'd be playing golf right now, bro, if I wasn't here.
We're already the main attraction.
Boom!
I'll make sure you should send me that. Yeah, send me that on Instagram.
Sure, bro.
It's a lot of the same questions.
Must have been in line for the TV thing first. Fucking burp by the time we get up there.
That's what I'm saying. What else can you ask them? Shit. At the press conference, you know what I mean? Do print media, then video, TV maybe.
It's easy, man. That soup, though. Man, no one's talking about the juice. Hella serious, too.
I didn't notice it was him on the suit. I didn't realize that. The shirt too, huh?
Big personality.
It was a free horse race. He got eliminated.
How do you see the fight going?
He's going to want it. We're on the left. I won't pay any sanctions against Joshua's belt. I've already put them. And I was robbed of that opportunity, which I should have. Get that one more belt.
Look, you guys, I tried. So if you don't get what you need, don't blame me. That's all I'm saying.
I just need to chat now.
Damn, this is rough. There's like nobody else here, so it's not like everybody else is kicking. Other fucking trainers and shit. Like, alright, so we got 2-3 people or something.
They down there recording.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck, dude. I should have chilled. I knew I should have marinated till she walked away.
Following the rules.
You know what I'm
Shit don't
saying?
work,
Like,
right? You gotta
well,
go
especially when
around
she
it.
points you out, then you gotta kind of like, fuck.
Oh, she know your
You know
ass.
what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's good and bad, you know? It's like, all right, cool. I know you for sure I'm supposed to be here.
Right. All right.
Thank you, Tyson. All the best, guys. Thank you.
Microphone's crazy. Excuse me.
Sorry. I love how you Anyway, get Michelle in. Come on, Michelle, get to the front here. Okay, everybody else, let's go.
You need somebody to hold your mic.
Oh, actually, let's do Michelle first. Because I don't want to give all my good stuff to these guys.
Nice.
Give it to Michelle. How's that, Michelle? Is that all right with you? Just ask me the good questions, Michelle. Let's go.
We're gonna get straight to it.
Straight to it. No
Hey, my
messing
fans,
around.
this is Michelle Joy Felton. I'm joined now with Tyson Fury. That big fuck up.
Thank you. That's what people want to hear anyway. Continue.
First and foremost, when last time you and I spoke,
Yes.
less than 24 hours later, you announced
Yes.
that you were gonna change trainers. What was the inspiration behind all of that? Because I think it blindsided a lot of people.
Yes, it did. But the thing is, I won a knockout in this fight. And I employed Sugar Hill to give me that knockout. Ben did nothing wrong, didn't do anything wrong. Everything was going really well training. But that style of hitting and moving and jogging around the ring, that ain't going to get me a knockout. So I need to employ a trainer that's going to make me sit down and get the knockout. And that's why I employed him.
When it came to making that decision, though, how much influence did your father, John, have on that?
He didn't have any influence.
Okay, because you know people assume that after his rant.
Yeah, my dad done the interview recently and he told everyone that there was no influence on that. I made my own decisions and that's it. My dad didn't have anything to do with it at all.
And everything's still good between you and Ben?
Yeah, as far as I know. Last time I spoke to him, it was okay.
Okay, we also know that Anthony Joshua has offered to spar you. Yeah, that's interesting. Would you ever take him up on that and actually bring him into him?
I've already said yes.
Oh, really?
You don't see the video, I accepted. I was having a massage and I said yes with bunny ears on. Yeah, so I've accepted Anthony Joshua's proposal. But he hasn't turned up, so yeah, whatever. I'm not really too bothered about it. I think it's just a ploy to try and crash and get some of the media out meanwhile, whatever.
Is there a trilogy in place for this fight? Because we know that there's been talks of possible trilogy, but
Well,
do you want to
if the
confirm that?
second fight's a good fight, then people might want to see it again. But if the second fight's a lot of shit, then no one's going to want to see it again.
In this training camp, what makes it different from the others you've had? Would you call this the most serious one you've had, or would you say like one against Klitschko?
No, I don't really take training camps too seriously and all that. I don't believe in all that sort of stuff. Just train hard always and focus on what I've got to do. And it's a game plan. It's different game plans for different fighters. This game plan is to knock Deontay Wilder out. That's what we're working on.
Okay, and lastly, there's been talk that Dylan White said that Deontay Wilder was knocked out by Vladimir Klitschko. What are your thoughts on that?
I know it to be true.
Okay.
I don't know of Dylan White to tell lies for no reasons. Dylan was probably there. He was there actually.
Yeah, he was.
I've heard it from other people apart from Dylan White. People who are close to Klitschko had nothing to do with it, whatever. But you know, sparring. It's all in the gym and it's allowed there. You get knocked out in the gym, better to be knocked out in the gym than knocked out in the championship fights.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. I know that everybody's trying to get
Hold
some
on a
time.
minute, Michelle. Have you not got anything else while we're here?
I just got tapped on the ass like it's time to go.
I'm glad I didn't do it because I've been up for assault, wasn't I?
We'll catch you up, obviously, hopefully before the fight. So.
No problem.
Thank
God
you
bless you.
again. Thank
All
you.
tight, fight fans. Peace out.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go straight low if you can.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know, it's just a boxing fight, a very big one, but not really personal. It's strictly business. You know, I've got a job to do. I'm going to do that job, train hard, fight well, go home. That's the plan.
Seems like a little bit more respect between you guys. You guys shook hands at the end instead of rumbling on the stage like last time.
Yeah, you know, last time we had to sell the fight, all that sort of stuff. Now it's the biggest boxing fight of our generation. Don't need to do anything. Just need to turn up and put on a good fight. That's it.
Yeah, I see you have some added size. Do you plan on keeping that for the fight?
Yeah, I'm weighing 285 pounds right now. I'm going to try and lose a bit, but I'm obviously looking for a knockout, so I want to be heavy as I can.
Tyson, where do we get a suit like that, man? Where do we get the suit?
No one can get these. He's a one-of-a-kind, limited edition Gypsy King.
When you talk
But
about
anyone else wanting a suit, you can go to Claudio Lugo and get one from him.
when you said you brought in Sugar Hill too, because you really wanted to knock out this time. How does that change Tyson Fury's style, being that we've kind of known you as a heavyweight on your
as a
feet?
slick boxer, but you know, I got 20 knockouts, so I'm looking for a knockout in this fight. Every great thing has to change now and again. And although what I did before was good, and I never lost doing it. I just feel I need to knock this guy out to really cement a victory. And that's what I intend on doing. El Rey Gitanos, for God's sake. That person doesn't need to run around the ring. I'm the king of the ring. I'm going to boss him all over it and bully him all over that ring until he's at the floor. Until he's on the floor, and I'll stop punching him in the face.
You said, so how does the style change, I guess? Are you planting your feet more?
I'm coming forward more, swinging bombs. Looking for that big chin of his to smash it all over the canvas.
Go ahead.
Tyson has just had 2 fights, obviously, this last year with ESPN, Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin. How do those guys prepare you for?
I've had that question before. They don't prepare me. And the fact of the matter is, I don't need preparing. I'm a born and bred fighting man. I'll be ready on the night. No excuses made. Ready for a war.
What were the issues in the Otto Wallin fight? Because obviously that was a far more competitive fight than anyone previously thought going into it.
No issues. It was a competitive fight. The guy was a good guy. He was a worthy opponent.
The cut is no concern of yours whatsoever?
I hope the cut opens in the first round. Then I can taste some more blood, put some more pain in this fight.
So the people saying
47 stitches. Wouldn't it be wonderful if it opened up in round 1? Fantastic. I'd get to taste my own blood and then punch him in the mouth with it. It'd be fantastic.
So the critics saying that you've regressed since the first fight because of those 2 last performances. What do you say to them?
Get fucked. Anything else?
Conor McGregor's fighting the.
Yes, Conor McGregor's going to win.
How?
I say by knockout.
You mentioned, I heard you.
And I'm going to be there to see it
yeah,
happen.
I
Ringside. Cage side, rather.
Cage side. I heard you mention that you don't want to pay sanctioning fees for Anthony Joshua's belts. You don't really care
I'm
for
just
that.
not about the sanctioning fees. I just ain't going to box for him anymore. I'm done with belts. I'm going to win one more belt. That's a WBC belt I haven't got. The rest of them, not interested. Not at all. No interest.
So you'd fight Joshua. Would you?
I'll
Does that
fight
mean no
Joshua
care to fight Joshua?
with
or?
no belts.
For no belts?
Because it's not about the belt. It's about who's the best of your era. I'm the best. I haven't got a belt. Only about this one that's holding my trousers up. You know, I got the fake belt, haven't I? The fake one that I made up.
How good of a performance was Joshua's win over Andy Ruiz, considering the?
I didn't think it was a great performance. I thought it was a hit and run, shithouse style coward. He didn't. Every time he stood still, Andy rocked him to his boots. It was what it was. He got the decision, and that's it. Fair play. On to the next one.
Right after that fight, a clip came out saying he criticized your fighting style against Vladimir, saying that you hit and move, and that's not how he wanted to do it.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club of winning. That's how we roll.
All right, thank you.
Any more?
Thank you, sir.
Is that it? There he is. He's the man. He thought I was going to get knocked out by Wilder, but he was wrong.
Thank you, Tyson. Good stuff.
Okay, we're pressed for time, so there's no one-on-ones. It's going to be a scrum. That's fine. I don't care where you stand. It's a scrum. 15 minutes.
I'm ready.
We're up against it.
We'll get it after this.
Deontay.
Thanks for here for this. This is what you want. This is the money maker right here.
Radio right with Deontay. Wow.
Wow, man. Wow. I was feeling with you guys. All right.
Keep coming back.
Everybody go ahead. Let's scrum.
Deontay, how'd you spend the time off before they said it's time to come back to camp? How'd you spend that time?
I spent all my time with my family, you know, with my loved ones. You know, I'm a very peaceful person. You know, I'm a homebody as well. I barely go anywhere because I got everything I love to do and everything that I want to do. You know, even with people, they surrounds me every day. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that's not there, you know, we talk to each other every day. You know, you're talking about a guy that, you know, all my group of guys, all of us, when we hang up, we say we love each other. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I did the same thing to spend my time with the ones that love me the most.
You said earlier up here that you were at a happy place in your life. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm just so happy right now. You know what I mean? I've been happy for a long time. You know, it took a long time to get to this point in time to understand what true happiness feels like. You know, because when you grow up, everybody always say to start for the bottom and different things like that. And, you know, the bottom is only defined by how you describe it. But you know, I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations in my life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ups and downs, like a lot of us in this room. But I felt like I broke through somewhere through victory, where I can raise my hands in the air, like I said, and look and say, I've made it. I've accomplished a lot of goals that I've set in my life. My kids are good for life. You don't know how much that means to me. You know what I mean? To see them, sometimes I shed tears. That's the only way I can cry. Good movies and my children, you know, and that'll make me cry. And I'm just here, so I've accomplished so much, and it's just a great feeling for me to be able to accomplish that and to see the things that I've done and allow my kids to enjoy the fruits of my labor as well as I were able to do so as well. I'm only 34 years young, and I'm here where I am now. When I'm 40, I'm really gonna be well relaxed and going to the mailbox in Gucci slippers. You know what I'm saying? Open the box. So, but other than that, I'm very happy, and I hope everyone, if they're not happy, to find ultimate happiness in their life. And money is not the ultimate reason of being happy. I don't want anyone to misinterpret that, because I've gained success because of money and stuff like that. Money only defines you. Is so much until it runs out, and then what happens? Then you really realize who loved it, who really wanted to be around you, and all those different things. You know, happiness is within and your surrounding, and I'm so happy.
Deontay, do you believe that right now we're living in the Deontay Wilder era, and that the victory over Tyson Fury will just solidify that even more?
Most definitely. You well said. I'm definitely living in my moment in time. This is my era. You know, I'm the baddest man on the planet. I'm the hardest hitter puncher in world history. Right here, you're sitting next. You're right here next to him. You know, congratulations. But you know, I do feel that way. And when I knock Fury out, it's gonna even more solidify that for me. But I also feel not only just a win, but how you win determines your rise as well. You know, we've seen many guys, you know, go in and do what they had to do just to gain the victory. But the outcome from the people, you know, it wasn't a pleasant, you know, acceptance from them. But each and every time I go in there, no matter the first round or the 12th round, and I knock people out, you know, it even more, you know, raises my profile, even more raises, you know, what people think about me, their opinions, and everything that deals with boxing. So I definitely feel that way, and I got a lot to prove. You know, I understand that as a champion that has 6 years left in him, that I got a lot to prove within these 6 years. But I'm up for the job. I'm the man for the job.
You mentioned it, Deontay, where you win. So when you visualize that victory, how do you see yourself winning? I mean, he's already talking about a knockout in the second round.
Do you believe that?
I feel like that's really early, but I mean, I know that anything can happen in boxing. So what do you make of that second round knockout? What do you visualize?
You know, my visualization is always, you know, I'm meditating on me, doing the right things, what I prepared myself, how I prepared myself, the preparation in general for the fight. You know, I'm always visualizing myself going through with everything that we've trained for. I always visualize myself when I'm hitting a guy, knocking him out, and even where his body lays. With this fight, I see him. He's going to be two places. He's going to be on the canvas in a awkward position, like all my fighters do. You know, when they land on the canvas, or he's going to get knocked out of the canvas. And I like him getting knocked out of the canvas better than him inside, because he in WWE, so we'll make it a little bit more realistic for him.
Deontay, you're a spiritual man. What was the experience like for you to meet Pope Francis and obviously to have the title of Ambassador for Peace?
It was a very humbling experience. You know, it was something that I was able to knock out my to-do list. You know, on my bucket list. You know what I'm saying? Especially going to Rome, you know, it's an amazing city, you know, just to visit in general, you know, that was something that was
You know, I still feel those exciting feelings right now, and just to meet the Pope and to know that he's a big boxing fan, and you know, he was smiling cheek to cheek. Who would ever thought, man? This country boy from Alabama came a long way, but like I said, I lead by example. You know, a place don't define where you can go. You know, it's all about in your heart and in your mind of belief, knowing that you are the good, you have it. You know, you have greatness in you, so providing your service. And by me providing my service each and every time, year after year after year, with so many people doubt me, so many people ride my back and tell me what I ain't gonna do, what I can't do. And each and every time I prevail and I soar in the sky, you know, and I'm gonna continue to do so, you know. So it was a great feeling, a great thing that happened, and then to be named Boxing Ambassador of Peace, you know, it put icing on the cake.
Well, what did it do for your spiritual journey? Like, did it do anything? Because a lot of people who visit Rome, and especially, I mean, not everyone can say they've met the Pope, but did it do anything for you?
Well, I'm still on my journey. You know what I'm saying? I know maybe if I was Catholic, it'd probably be even a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still on my journey. You know, just meeting him as a person in person. You know what I mean? It was a great moment in time for me, you know, one that I'll never forget. Just to be able to talk to him and do certain things, you know what I mean? I mean, I have shit. What is it, like 7 billion people in the world or something? He got a quarter of that. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, a lot of people follow him and look up to him, you know, and like I said, it's an amazing feeling.
What do you mean when you said that you want one face and one name in boxing?
One champion, one face, one name. It's self-explanatory. One champion, one face, one name. One guy obtaining all belts, considering him the undisputed, the undefeated, unified heavyweight champion of the world. One face. You looking at him. And what's my name? Deontay Wilder.
Deontay, when you guys were in the face-off,
you walk to the ring like a king. You've been walking into your power as a king outside of the ring. Can you speak on that a little bit about your maturity outside of the ring and how it's, you know, you talk about your service and I hear the words that you speak in and you talk about speaking things into existence.
Yes.
Can you speak on how you came to that and how you coming into that energy?
Yeah, I think maturity comes with time. You know what I'm saying? And time in life. You know, to experience so many things in your life and to learn from your mistakes, you know, and from where I came from and where I am now, I've learned so much. I've sat back and I'm big into meditation. I never used to be that way, so big into meditation. I tell people all the time, my 30s have been some of the best years of my life because it slowed me down mentally. Well, I just want to. Sometimes I like to be alone, just to meditate and think about certain things. And a lot of things come to me from the past that I didn't understand in the past. But right now, because I'm so knowledgeable about things, because I'm into certain things, you know what I'm saying, I understand. I understand subliminal messages a lot. I'm a person that feel about or energy, sometimes emotion. I have a sixth sense, you know what I'm saying? But with all that combining together, just understanding who I am. When a person find a long time for themselves and be able to go through so many different things and learn themselves, you get a greater outcome and then learning yourself. Because you're like, well, shit, I've been in this body forever, however many years, you know what I'm saying, it is. And you're like, oh, I know myself. I know myself better than anyone. At least that's what you think. Until you just things start unraveling when you start getting into things, especially when you find that peace. See, peace is a thing some people will never endure. Because when you at home off work, that really ain't no peace. Because you worry about shit, what time you got to get up and go to work again tomorrow. You feel me? So it really ain't no peace. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes when we in a bigger city, we can't find no peace because there's so many damn people. There's so many. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people don't understand what peace really is. Just sit down and say, I can rest and relax. And all my places provide that for me, so I understand a lot of things allow me to enter into the world and take on so many different obstacles, so many different subjects, and use my platform to say, to this day! And all that comes, it just grows from there, just understanding who I am, this title that I represent, so many people look up to me, And they say, ain't nothing wrong with being a role model, but like I said, I'm not perfect, and I let that be known. If I'm gonna be a role model, y'all gotta take me for who I am. Don't make me to be what you want me to be, because I'm gonna be what I want to be and what God has placed me to be. You know what I'm saying? I may make some mistakes along the way. I may say some shit that don't make no sense. I may say some things that don't agree with a lot of people, but I am who I am, and I'm laying it down as the champion. And I want people to know that you can be yourself. You can believe in yourself. That's why I say speak it. Speak the things in existence, what you want to do. Low or high. It's unlimited. When your mind's supposed to be so big that, like I always tell people, my mind's so big that a spaceship can fit in. That allows me to expand my mindset to say, well, I want to do this and I want to do that, then it ain't no limit. If I want to be an astronaut, it ain't too late. You know, it may take a while, but it ain't too late. And that's just the belief in you, whatever you saying, you believe in what you saying you're gonna do. And that's the magic, the belief. Belief is a small, simple word, but it's powerful when you unlock it. Many people won't understand what I'm saying.
It looked like Fury is trying to take some of your words and speak his own and stuff.
He do it all the time. He do it all the time because he's in a nervous wreck. He's a nervous wreck right now. He don't understand me. Like I told him, I said, Fury, everything I told you came to pass, bro. I know. And what I say today is gonna manifest come February 22nd. Last question.
When it was the Brazil presser, you said you were gonna go Mortal Kombat on his ass.
ABAC.
Same combo.
Come on with it. Well, different opponent, different style. So it's gonna be a different combination.
All right. Wilder, what?
Wait for this rematch.
Well, it's right on time, I'll say. You know, I'm not gonna complain. You know, I could complain about a lot of things and say, well, he didn't take the rematch, but we're gonna be here another 15 more minutes because I'm gonna explain that why he didn't take the rematch and changing trainers and stuff like that. So I just gotta thank God, thank the universe of us being here. It's the perfect moment in time because we both had 2 warm-ups in there. His role was a little bit easier than mine, of course, but it prepared me. It built up my confidence even more than what it really already is. So you can only imagine. So I say it's right on time. It's the perfect moment, the perfect time and place. And I'm happy for you guys because you guys get to witness greatness.
Deontay,
thanks a lot, guys.
Deontay, what'd you say to him when you were pointing at the belt and the final face-off?
I was just telling him how pretty it was, and you're like, bro, they're coming home with me, and you like this, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He keep talking about he's a lineal champion with no belt or whatever. You know, but he wants something. He wants something to hold and go back home. He had the opportunity, but he never got. He allowed himself not to defend those titles when he had it, and now he wants something. He wants it. And I understand that, but come February 22nd.
We get one last bomb squad.
Bomb squad!
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you
so much for coming. Blessings.
Thank you,
Yeah, baby.
Appreciate you,
See
man.
you.